Welcome back to Sacramento and Company. You know, if you have allergies, you'll notice that they do not discriminate between work and home. You can and will have them anywhere. Take it from me. But there are ways to lessen the effects of allergies by eliminating the pollens of spring and summer. And since we spend the lion's share of our time at work, let's chat with cleaning expert Sarah Gertz on how to rid our working environment of those pesky pollens, because like I said, they can get anywhere.
So true.
And
so
affect
true.
you anywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what's the pollen count this year, first off?
Well, we actually were rated number 7 as one of the worst cities in the United States for pollen. And so it's really heavy spring and summer. And I know you were saying, Guy, that you absolutely have allergies.
Yes, and they strike at a moment's notice, too.
Absolutely. And this year just seems to be really, really terrible. And they leave you feeling tired and sick and really not very productive.
Well, then I've noticed too now that it's getting warmer too, and businesses are starting to turn on their air conditioning systems. All that pollen and everything that's in the system is blowing out, and that's causing allergies as well.
Absolutely. Window sills, when you open the window and you don't wipe down your window sills, you're gonna have pollen.
So what is the average amount of germs that somebody might find on their desk?
And this is a really gross statistic, and it was done by the University of Arizona.
We love those.
I know, it's gross. And the average desk contains 10 million different types of germs and bacteria, and that is actually about 400. It's about 400 times more than the average toilet seat.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so when we come in every day to work, we're literally touching, if we're not cleaning our desk, we're touching all of those germs and, of course, pollen and allergens. And so, you know, a lot of people are feeling sick this year and not well.
Well, Sarah, before you leave, I want you to look at my colleague, Christine Harrington's desk.
Oh, poor Christine.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right, so what can we do to get rid of the germs and have a cleaner workspace?
Okay, so normally people just organize their desks. They'll throw away old papers and old ink pens, etc. But what you really want to do is take everything off of your desk and these are great. These are called Microfiber Towels, and I highly recommend these. And you can buy them at
Why are these good?
They're great because they actually trap like allergens and bacteria. Instead of spreading, a lot of cleaning tools will actually just spread the dust around. These are going to trap and then absorb. Okay,
so now I am guilty of this. I use this around the house, wherever at work.
Yeah.
Do you go out and you shake it out?
No, you can throw these in your washer.
Oh,
when
really?
you get home, or you can just wash them, or you can shake them if you want. But the best thing would be to do is actually wash them. You're just going to keep building. Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, what are some of the other ways?
The other ways is, so how I would start cleaning my desk is I would, start with, have some kind of method of doing it. And the keyboard, and this is a very dirty keyboard, and you can might want to shake it over a trash can and then take some canned air, spray it out.
Food in there as well.
Right, but if you really want to get into the grooves and do it, you might want to take some disinfectant, dip an easy Q-tip and go in and out of the keyboard.
Okay, and a lot of places, businesses, people share desks and people share computers and keyboards too.
Yeah, they do, and we're not thinking about that, and so we need to make sure we're cleaning.
I love this thing. Can you demonstrate that?
I can try.
So
look at that.
So is it just basically air?
It's just canned air, and this is it's great. It's for electronics.
Canned air. Great. So when you're wiping your desk off, do you have a type of cleaner that you should be using? Would it be the same?
Any heavy-duty disinfectant. Chemicals are always going to work. You can find green ones that have some chemicals in them, and that's great, but you really want to get a disinfectant. And you want to make sure that you clean picture frames. You want to make sure that you clean under your mouse pad. You want to go, up and down, left to right, making sure you're getting everything, your computer monitor.
Even your computer monitor.
Absolutely, and you want to make sure that you're not using disinfectants on your computer monitor because you want to keep liquids away. So you can put it on, your microfiber lightly and rub it, but you don't want streaking on your computer monitor. So that's great about just a dry microfiber towel. It's going to trap the allergens and get everything out of there.
How often do you want to clean your desk?
Well, I think at least once a week is great, and we're so busy all week, and so we become a very calendared society. So if you put it on Outlook and it gives you a little bell, every Friday, every Monday, it'll be great, and you just go ahead and clean, and you'll be completely allergen, hopefully, and bacteria free. And
there's some tips right there on your screen. Now, a lot of businesses have cleaning crews who come in. Do we trust that?
Absolutely.
I mean, are they deep cleaners.
They are. They're
just surface cleaners.
Absolutely. They are completely trained. Molly Maid is a completely trained company. They, work very hard to make sure they're doing everything.
Okay.
So
Take it very seriously.
Absolutely.
And how does this translate to our homes?
You can do the same thing in your homes. I highly recommend using microfiber when you're cleaning. I highly recommend using a good disinfectant and making sure you're getting every, don't skimp on cleaning. Make sure you're getting every area. Right now with allergens, you want to make sure you take screens off of your house and clean the screens. Wipe the inside of the windows because you're going to have the windows open until we get really hot. And then you want to make sure that you're having nice air come through.
Now this is a silly question, but is it possible to over-clean?
No.
Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
Well, that we're lowering our immune systems by using too many cleaning products.
I don't think so. I think that the average person probably isn't going to overclean, especially of children. You're coming in and out of your house.
So you've been to my house, Sarah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I have a 1-year-old, and so it's a constant, you're constantly cleaning to keep up with, everyday mess. So I don't think so. I think, at least once a week doing a good thorough clean is going to keep your house rid of pollens and bacteria, and you'll have a healthier immune system, and be more productive and feel good.
Yeah, be allergy-free, which is what I definitely want.
Good.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Guy.
Some good tips.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk after the show.